Today on NewsCenter, see what events took place as MSU celebrated Sustainability Week, hear what MSU's volleyball coach had to say about their loss to UT Martin, and learn why MSU was named one of the safest colleges in Kentucky. All this and more today on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Alexis Mathews.
And I'm Kenzie Thompson. Thanks for joining us. Here's your headlines for October 27, 2016.
Election Day is less than 2 weeks away, and if you can't make it out to the polls on November 8th, there are other options. If you meet the qualifications, you can request to vote via mail. Once you receive the ballot, follow the instructions and mail your completed absentee ballot to your county clerk's office by 6 p.m. local time on Election Day. You can check the status of your ballot through elect.ky.gov. You can request absentee ballot via mail up until November 1st. Another option is to vote at your county clerk's office until November 7th. The polls open on the 8th at 6 a.m. and will remain open until 6 p.m. To find out where to go to vote, contact your local county clerk. Remember, your vote counts, so go exercise your right to vote.
According to the Kentucky State Data Center's new report, Round County's population will rise significantly by 2040. The study shows the county will have nearly 29,000 residents by then, which represents an increase of about 5,000 people from its current total. Round Judge Executive Walter Blevins says with Eastern Kentucky continuing to lose coal mining jobs, Moorhead will become a logical place for many people in the region to relocate to. The State Data Center's forecast calls for Boyd, Carter, Menifee, Morgan, Elliott, Lewis, Greenup, and Mason counties to all decline in population over the next 24 years. Both Fleming and Mason counties are expected to show slight increases, with Montgomery County growing by 10,000 residents to a total of just over 36,500.
K-12 funding in Kentucky could be decreasing. That's according to a new report from the Center on Budget Policy Priorities. The national report uncovered that when education dollars regulate inflation and student population, 23 states, including the Commonwealth, deliver less core funding to elementary and secondary schools. SEEK is Kentucky's formula funding agent. The report shows it is down 13.1% from 2008. There's now more than $3 billion a year in SEEK. The 2017 budget is about $105 million more than in 2008. The report shows Kentucky's total K-12 funding pre-student is down 8.5% from 2008 when adjusted for inflation. The states that suffered the deepest education cuts also cut their income tax rates, one of the main sources of education funding. Policy associate with the Kentucky Center for Economic Policy, Ashley Spaulding, says this information plays as a warning sign to Kentucky. The Commonwealth has not cut its income tax rate.
The warm weather is out and the chills of fall weather are in. The transition from air conditioning to heat has arrived on campus here at Moorhead State. All MSU dorms and campus buildings began switching over to heat as of this past Monday, October 26th. According to facilities management, the residence halls will be the first to start the transitional process. The building maintenance team turned off all the chillers on October 23rd and began draining the system and cleaning the cooling towers in order for them to start up the heating units for each building. All the buildings should complete the heating transition process by tomorrow, just in time for the Halloween chill.
Moorhead State University has been voted one of the safest campuses in Kentucky. NewsCenter reporter Jacob Valerio went down to the police station to learn more about campus safety.
We're pretty proud of the fact that we were voted one of the safest universities in Kentucky. It's been several years running now that Moorhead State University has been one of the safest campuses in the state. We take a lot of pride in that. We work hard to ensure that we're continuing to do things to improve the safety here at campus, whether that be the security system project that's in the process now, with security cameras throughout campus that's monitored here at the police department, or the promoting a LiveSafe app. And I believe we're over 1,800 users on LiveSafe now, which is eyes and ears for the university to continue to make it a safer place than it is now. It has several really good features. The most commonly used on there is tips, people sending in complaints to the police department. If someone sees something on campus, they can use the app to send a tip in to the police department, and the dispatchers are monitoring that. It'll come in, makes a tone so they see what's going on. Some of the other features on the app are what's called a buddy walk, so they can check on them, and if something happens, they don't respond, they can call back to us. But the app also has emergency features where it can dial straight in here to the police department, or they can message through us if they're in a situation where they can't really talk. Well, this is a safe, even prior to these things, it's a safe campus, and it's a safe campus because we've primarily had really good students that come here, and we have a good local police department in the city and the state and the county that do a good job of taking care of any issues around the perimeter of the campus. And the police department here has done a really good job throughout the years. We're an accredited police department. The police chiefs that preceded me and the officers that have been here for years have really done a good job of making the campus safe.
With the end of the semester quickly approaching, it's time to fill out your housing intent forms for spring 2017. The housing office sent out an email on Tuesday with the information. Before 8 a.m. on November 7th, click the link in the email to access the form. It's important to complete the intent form to avoid issues with your assigned room. Students should remember that if you have an open space in your room, it may be assigned to another student for the upcoming semester unless you pay the premium rate that guarantees another student won't be assigned to your room. If you want to live with a specific person, you need to contact the Office of Student Housing. If you're not returning to MSU for this spring, you need to submit an email to housing by December 1st. If you don't, you will be charged with a late cancellation fee of $250. If you have any questions, contact Housing at 606-783-2060 or email at housing@moreheadstate.edu. Coming up, Jacob Miller's in the NewsCenter Weather Center with your forecast.
And we'll take a look at the musician that visited Morehead's campus in this week's NewsCenter Spotlight. All this coming up next.
My name is Scotty Purnell. I've been here 9 years. We take the trash out of the buildings and put it in the garbage truck. In there, the chute is way up high on the wall where the trash comes out into the buggy. And you have to take a big iron hook, reach up and hook the trash, and it's falling down towards you. It's not a boring job. It's, you can get out and talk. We're always finding something very interesting. You never know what you're going to find in the trash. I like my job very much.
Good evening, Morehead. Jacob Miller here in the NewsCenter Weather Center with your forecast. You may have noticed some showers very earlier today, and that has caused the temperature to drop. We've been sitting in the mid-60s. As you can see, the current temperature right now is 63 degrees, but it has been a little bit above that, a little bit below that as the day has gone on. We have seen a bit of an overcast today, and we haven't seen much of the sun. It's been very cloudy today. Looking at some record temperatures, back in 1924, way back in the 20s, we had a high of 93 degrees, very, very hot that day, and a low of 13 degrees in 1962. The normal high is 66 degrees and the normal low is 42 degrees. So we are looking at pretty average temperatures for around this time of year. Looking at the temperatures brought to you by WKYT, you can see that the rest of the Commonwealth is looking at around mid-60 degrees. It is a bit warmer as you move south, and as you move higher, it is colder. As you can see, as you move across the Commonwealth, that trend continues. We're looking at mid-60s in Lexington, 64 around that area in Morehead, and as you get lower in Harlan, it's still 70. Looking at the current radar brought to you by KYT as well, those storms have cleared up, moved through the Commonwealth, and then moved all the way up into West Virginia. If you're looking at the Ashland area, you may be experiencing some storms. Tonight, it's going to continue to be a cloudy night with a low 43 degrees. The precipitation is going to be at 40%, so make sure you're looking out for some storms. All right, let's send it over to the news desk with Kenzie Thompson.
Gene Watson, a singer and violinist from Michigan, was in Moorhead last week at the Alpha Omega service at the Methodist Student Center. NewsCenter's Brian McGee got a chance to speak with her after her performance.
So I'm a professional musician. I started out playing classical music. I was a violin player, and I went on to university. I graduated from the University of Cincinnati with a degree in violin performance and got a master's degree in violin performance. And I thought that classical music was going to be what I did with my life. I love what I do. I still get to make music and record in Nashville and have a lot of fun with that, but I also get to travel and speak and encourage people to cry out to God and expect miracles in their life. So anyway, it was a lot of fun to do that at Moorhead this week. The students were really receptive, and I'm really thankful for the campus ministries here at Moorhead. I had the privilege this week of singing and speaking at the Alpha Omega meeting at the Methodist Student Center, and I just want to say I was so blessed by the students there. I know that I was coming to offer them something, but I just found a group of kids that was passionate in their faith. They had this awesome worship time that I got to participate in, and then I just shared my heart and my story and my music, and they were so receptive, and it was just really, really fun to speak into the lives of young people and just remember where I was at that stage in my life, and just encourage them in areas where I might have needed encouragement. So just really thankful for Moorhead for allowing me to come and be a part of the campus life here for a day, and I can't wait to come back.
When we come back, Jacob Miller has a look at your extended forecast, and Holly McClurkin is in with your Eagle Athletics update.
Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
I have always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Welcome back, Moorhead. Jacob Miller here in the NewsCenter Weather Center with your forecast. We're going to be looking at the current conditions in Moorhead. It's around 63 degrees. We've been sitting in the low 60s all day today. We had some showers earlier this morning that brought the temperatures down, and it has kept the humidity up at 72%. We have had a bit of a windy day, some low winds at 12 miles per hour. We've been seeing a bit of an overcast, not much of the sun today. Looking at our temperatures across the Commonwealth, courtesy of WKYT, you can see that as we move south, the temperatures increase. Up north in Covington, it's pretty cold at 54 degrees. As we move over into West Virginia, you can see that trend continuing. In the middle of the Commonwealth, we're looking at mid-60s in Lexington, as well as Mount Sterling. As you move up into Moorhead, we're looking around 64 degrees. Up into Ashland, continuing to go higher. As you go south, we're looking at 70 degrees. Looking at our live radar, also courtesy of WKYT, you can see on the western side of the state, we're experiencing a few showers, but really not that many. Like I said, those showers started earlier with us today, and since they have moved through the state, up into West Virginia and down south. If you're sitting around the Hazard or Pikeville area, you may be experiencing some showers, so look out for that. As well as you move up into Ashland, you may have just experienced a few showers. Nothing too major, though. Tonight, it's going to be a cloudy night, and like I said, as the day goes on, the temperatures will drop. The sunset's going to be around 6:44 p.m. tonight. You'll be noticing that it's getting darker earlier and brighter later in the mornings. The low is going to be 43 degrees tonight, with a chance of precipitation of 40%, so make sure you're looking out for some storms. Tomorrow, it's going to be sunny. Thank goodness, a sunny day. It's going to be a high of 63 degrees, and the sunrise, like I said, isn't going to be until almost 8 a.m. Looking at Moorhead's 7-day forecast, Friday it's going to be a fun day. It's going to be trick-or-treating here in the city of Moorhead, and we're going to have great weather. It's going to be a breezy day, a high of 67 and a low of 40. Saturday, we're continuing the temperatures increasing at high of 78 and a low of 50, and it's going to be a warm and windy day. Sunday, it's going to be mainly dry with a chance of precipitation at 30%, my apologies, but a high of 76 and a low of 55. Monday, it's Halloween, and the temperatures are going to look awesome that day, too. It's going to be a warm Halloween with a high of 79 and a low of 55. Tuesday, it's going to be 78 as the high and a low of 57. Also another warm and windy day. Wednesday, the temperatures are going to still stay pretty high at a high of 77 and a low of 58. And moving into the area, it might get a little rainy that day as well. The temperature, the high will only be a 64, and the low will also only be in the 40s. So it's going to get pretty cold towards the end of next week.
Yeah, I'm glad we're looking at a warm Halloween finally. It's
Me
been
too.
a while.
Yes,
I'm
it has.
actually not really looking forward to the warmer weather, but thank you,
come
Jacob.
on.
So now let's send it over to Holly McClurkin with your Eagle Athletics.
Your home for the Moorhead State Eagles, this is NewsCenter Sports.
MSU football fell to Jacksonville 61-49 this past Saturday at Jane Stadium. The Eagles fought hard against Jacksonville during the first half, even taking a 35-31 lead going into halftime. Unfortunately, costly turnovers for the Eagles led to Moorhead State's downfall. A 70-yard punt return gave the Dolphins a touchdown to start the third quarter, and again, less than 7 minutes later, Jacksonville returned an interception for 23 yards to score. The Eagles, however, just couldn't get the momentum going for them to take back the lead in the second half, and the Dolphins won the game 61-49. MSU quarterback Austin Gayhafer passed for 266 yards with 1 touchdown and an interception. Situational quarterback Lawson Page rushed 4 times for a total of 29 yards and 2 touchdowns. Moorhead State is on bye week and will return to play next weekend, where they are set to travel to Indianapolis, Indiana to play Butler on November 5th at 1 p.m. Moorhead State defeated the Bulldogs 34-21 last season. Last Friday, Moorhead State volleyball suffered a tough 0-3 loss to the University of Tennessee Martin. Moorhead played close with each set ending with a single-digit difference between scores. Moorhead's strong offensive showing couldn't make up for the lackluster defensive performance. NewsCenter reporter Damon Huff caught up with head coach Jamie Gordon to get his thoughts on the game and how the team has improved on their weaknesses.
Yeah, that Friday night was a battle. We had 2 teams that were, working hard on trying to position themselves in OVC play. I thought for us the difference was our defense. That's been a strong point for us all season, and unfortunately Friday night we were not able to execute in the way that we're capable of. I think some of that credit to UT Martin for putting a lot of pressure on us, but I thought that from Friday night and then into Saturday we did a good job of kind of fixing and picking that portion of our game. But when you're real tight, you've got to find a way to make a couple extra stops, and unfortunately Friday night we weren't able to do that in such a close match. After our scouting report on Saturday for SEMO, I held back our defensive players and we had a little meeting and we talked about, hey, I know what you're capable of doing and you know what your strengths are, and we didn't put those out on display on Friday night, and that was going to be really important for us, not just for the Saturday afternoon match, but really for the rest of the season. If we want to accomplish what we're capable of, that defensive core is going to be critical for our success. And I think they answered the challenge real well. We were able to establish some really good things with our block at the front row, but specifically our back row was a lot more aggressive, a lot more fluid, and that'll be important as we try and finish up a good season.
In an OVC conference match. The game is set to start at 6 p.m. at Weatherby Gym. Basketball season has finally arrived in the Bluegrass. The Moorhead State men's basketball team will begin their season tonight with their blue and gold game open scrimmage. The scrimmage is free for students and for the public to attend. It will be at home in Johnson Arena with tip-off at 6:30 p.m. The MSU men's basketball team is picked to finish third in the East Division of the Ohio Valley Conference, while conference foe Belmont is favored to win the OVC. Senior guard Xavier Moon will be a top player on your watch list, as Moon was selected 2016-2017 All-OVC by head coaches and sports information directors across the conference. The Eagles went 11-5 in conference play last season before losing in the semifinals of the OVC tournament to UT Martin. The Eagles continued postseason action in the College Basketball Invitational Finals, where they unfortunately fell in an overtime game 3 against Nevada. With an overall record of 23-14, the Eagles finished out the season with the most wins since the 2010-2011 season. Make sure to come out tonight at 6:30 for the Blue and Gold scrimmage to support your Eagles. The Eagle Center hosted a costume contest for the student athletes where they can go and study while wearing their Halloween costumes. There are 3 costume categories, including the cutest, scariest, and most original or creative. You can vote on the best costume by visiting the Eagle Center's Twitter page at MSU Eagle Center. Prizes will be awarded to the costume with the most votes, and voting ends on October 28th. Any student athlete who dresses up in a costume anytime this week will get 1 free study hall hour off their required hours for the week. We'll be back with more news after this.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
Hey, are you studying?
Yeah, I have a test tomorrow, but I'm having a rough time studying.
Well, I know some tips and tricks to help you out. Step 1, take a break. Break's over.
What's the highest female voice?
Soprano.
What's the highest male voice?
Tenor.
Get a good night's rest.
Well, how'd it go?
The Morehead State University Space Science Center has been established to provide a research and educational facility with state-of-the-art laboratories for undergraduate students in space science. The Star Theater located inside functions as a classroom and public entertainment room featuring laser light shows and 3D movies. To contact the Space Science Center, call 606-783-2381. For events in the Star Theater, call 606-783-9593.
Morehead State University will hold the Class of 2016 Graduation Fair next Wednesday, November 2nd. The graduation fair will be held from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. in the University Bookstore. Anyone planning to complete their bachelor or master's degree in December should attend. Despite the renovation of the Adiron Duran University Center, the bookstore remains open, but with a different entrance at the front of the building on the first floor. Students can order diploma frames, class rings, and customize announcements, and those who attend will receive a special discount on their cap and gown. Embroidery Plus will be on site taking orders for customized graduation stoles. In addition to ordering all of their graduation needs, attendees will also have the opportunity to verify their registration for graduation with their registrar, check their financial aid status, learn about graduate programs offered at MSU, and visit with career services. There will be refreshments available, and a variety of prizes will be given away by MSU's Alumni Association. For additional information on the grad fair, you can contact the University Bookstore at 606-783-2081 or visit bookstore.moreheadstate.edu.
NewsCenter reporter Holly McClurkin went to an event supporting campus sustainability.
This past Tuesday, NewsCenter went to the new outdoor classroom between the Space Science Center to talk to Holly Niehoff about Campus Sustainability Week.
Yesterday we had a reduce, reuse, recycle event over at the Morehead Community Recycling Center, and volunteers came over and helped sort materials pretty much all day. If they volunteered for 1 hour, they got a free t-shirt and entered into a raffle for some prizes that we had. And each day we're having a different event like that with a raffle for prizes and giving away t-shirts. Today is about water conservation and pollinator protection. And those are two areas that we've been working on this year at MSU. And so we wanted to highlight what we have been doing to help protect pollinators and protect our watershed. On Wednesday, we have a Renewable Energy Day, and so we are going to show a movie called Switch over in Breckenridge Hall in room 002 from 7 to 9 p.m. And we have a raffle for a solar power backpack and several solar lanterns and some books and things, and we'll be giving away t-shirts there as well. Then on Thursday we have our Bike MSU Day, and we're going to meet over at the Rec Center, and we're going to pedal with the president at 4:30, basically just around MSU's campus and maybe Main Street area. And we'll be giving out a lot of information on bike safety and bike maintenance, and free t-shirts at that, and a raffle event too. So we have a lot of great prizes for that one.
October is known as Campus Sustainability Week across the nation.
Well, campuses across the United States celebrate Campus Sustainability Month during the month of October. Some of them do a month-long event, some do week-long, some just do a day-long event. This year we chose to do a week-long event so that we could go over different areas that we are concentrating on sustainability or with sustainability here at MSU.
This is Holly McClurkin.
To take part in campus sustainability, help rake leaves outside Fields Hall tomorrow at noon.
Moorhead's media department is back with their annual film challenge. A twist was brought to this semester's competition, though. Students were no longer given a random genre and a character to use, but they were tasked with making an infomercial about the university. NewsCenter's Brandon Louder was on the scene with the winners to collect their thoughts after the challenge.
Amazing, I would say. I joined Turner Moose with the last film challenge, and we got third, and that was great. But to come back and get a bunch of great people together and make another great film, and then to win it, like just really, it's overwhelming. It feels so amazing.
Been at it since 2013 with Turner Moose. This is where we finally actually got a victory. We've placed first, second, and third, so it's good to be done.
It really is. The rule change certainly made it a film challenge. Being able to take what limited information we had and be able to create some kind of means to entertain. It really was challenging because there was really not a lot of direction, so we kind of all had to brainstorm together and make something come together.
It was frustrating because this is my last challenge, so to have it not be like the normal stuff I've been used to, I kind of wanted to have that one more to go out on, but it happens. We won, so that's all that really matters. we wanted to do puppets last year just because it was a melodrama was the subject, so we kind of just wanted to make a joke of it using puppets to be in something really serious. So we had the thought then, and everybody kind of shut it down. But I normally come up with the silly thoughts, and it'll get shut down or whatever. And with this being the last one, and it being one that we kind of weren't happy about, we decided to have fun with it and go with the puppet.
Oh, yeah. It also seemed like a good opportunity to do like a PBS-style informational show.
Get your costumes and candy ready. Yes, it's that time of year again. Trick or Treat is set for Friday, October 28th in Moorhead and Rowan County from 6 to 8 p.m. Fall celebrations like Trick or Treat Night are fun times for families, but it's important to stay alert to ensure the well-being of your loved ones during these occasions. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention suggests making sure all costume accessories are flexible. Avoid trick-or-treating alone. Fasten reflective tape to costumes to help drivers see you. Examine all treats for choking hazards and tampering before eating them. And approach houses with its lights on and in which you are familiar with. From all of us here at NewsCenter, we wish you a spectacular Halloween.
I'm so excited that Halloween's gonna.
Spectacular Halloween.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Sorry.
Just kidding.
No,
We're so excited for Halloween.
Yes, and those are really great tips from the CDC. I mean, I can't stress enough. I remember even just as a child how frustrating it is having your parents have to sort through all your candy, but it's a
Worth
great.
it.
Yeah, it's so
So you get
worth
to
it.
enjoy eating the candy.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be it for us tonight. Remember, your news is always on NewsCenter's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And you can catch this newscast again on msutv.net.
On behalf of the NewsCenter team, I'm Alexis Mathews.
And I'm Kinsey Thompson. Have a great evening and a happy Halloween.